Hey y'all. So having some serious issues with Moxie, only because they did an upgrade and Air Max don't aren't compatible with their upgrade. so, so I'm gonna do this yoga for everybody here, and gonna post it on YouTube again. I think it's probably the best way to get stuff out there to everybody. Making sure that things are accessible for folks, making sure that everybody gets a chance to move. So, with that said, yoga for everybody. Chair, if you got one. If you don't got a chair, you can always use a bed, or you can use a couch. Any seated space is great. If you don't have a bed, a chair, or a couch, you can do a lot of this stuff on, excuse me, sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's do this. You can use the floor. A lot of your stuff is going to be extended. Your feet are going to be extended in it if you're on the floor. And then also, you're probably going to want some type of pillow or something to kind of prop you up, okay? Just so you can cushion your seat. The things that you will want and need for class today, a yoga block if you have one. If you don't have a block, you can always use a hardcover book that's a larger size. Blocks, I mean, it's optional. You don't feel like you have to use one. I know we didn't do this last week, but I said that to have it around, but a like infinity scarf, or you can use a strap or a tie. You can also use a towel, or a blanket will work as well. You just want to make sure that there's a little bit of resistance. Sometimes like blankets have like a lot of resistance, and then it's just like a lot of fabric that you're trying to play with, but up to you. And then pillows are always nice to have. I have a lot of like big overstuffed pillows, but any type of pillow will work. You can always roll the pillows. We're going to kind of be doing a little bit of just kind of supported forward folds, engaging our low belly, kind of massaging out through our gut, which we don't do enough of. I think that's it. All right, so with that said, you can ground your feet down onto the floor if that is not an option. You can always come into a seated, cross-legged position if that is something that you would like to do. You have that option as well. But whatever is easiest for you. Thinking about taking yourself kind of on the front part of your sit bones. You can always sit on pillows as well. So a couple of different options for folks. Go ahead and take the crown of the head up to the sky. And let yourself just find your breath. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Big inhale. And exhale. Two more big cleansing breaths here. Big inhale. Exhale. One more time. Big inhale. And exhale. Let yourself find your breath. Always giving gratitude to the earth, to the balance of the moon and the sun, to the indigenous peoples of the land that you're seated upon. If you don't know who the indigenous peoples are of the lands that you're seated upon, encouraging always for folks to look it up. Giving gratitude for this practice of yoga, and for Black and brown people as they've created the practice. And giving gratitude for our bodies and for ourselves as we come into this space of healing. And understanding that healing is not always pleasurable, right? We know the other side of discomfort, there is that opportunity for growth and change, and sometimes in the moment, it is hard. So encouraging folks to challenge themselves as we continue to move through our discomfort, and also being able to recognize when our body tells us no. Sharp and shooting pain equals no. Discomfort, we'll lean into and explore a little bit. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Setting your intention for your practice. Coming into this final phase of the moon. The new moon is at the start of next week. So allowing ourselves this space and time to focus on both forgiveness and for letting go. And that can be forgiveness of self, forgiveness of people within our lives, and letting go of the thoughts and behaviors, maybe relationships that are no longer serving us in our lives. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and slowly look open your eyes. Come back into the room and into the space. Take a glance around the room and notice any small things that maybe you haven't noticed before. And then slowly go ahead and turn and look out past your right shoulder. Nice deep inhale. Breathe into the side of the neck, into the ear, and up into the skull, the top of the head. And then exhale, slowly move the head through center line. Same thing on that opposite side. Nice deep inhale. And exhale, hold. One more time, big inhale. And slowly we bring our head back to center line. If your feet are crossed, go ahead and uncross them. Take the soles of the feet down to the floor. Maybe if you were just seated this whole time, kind of shift and move back and forth in your seat a little bit to find a little bit more of a comfortable space. Still keeping your low belly engaged here. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, arms sweep high. Press into your palms, really press. And think about dragging your fingertips a little bit higher up to the sky. Big inhale. Exhale, hold. 2 more, big inhale. And exhale. 1 more time, really press into the palms. Big inhale. Exhale. Press into the palms, really press. Take the hands all the way down to the baseline or your heart line. Roll your shoulder blades down your back. Come back to that intention, something that you'd like to forgive, something that you would like to release. And then inhale. Arms come up high. Exhale, flip the palms and press. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, press and pull. Inhale, press up. Exhale, flip and press. One more time. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, press and pull. Go ahead and take that right hand to that left knee. Your left hand is going to swim back behind you. It can either come to the back of the chair, it can come to the base of the chair. If it comes to the base of the chair, you might want to scoot yourself out on your chair a little bit more so you can make a little bit of extra room. And you hold here and create that resistance in the body so you can turn and slowly look past that shoulder. Engage your low belly. And then exhale, twist. The twist comes from the spine and not the hips. The hips are in a nice stable space. Big inhale. And then exhale, slowly move back through center line. Same thing on that opposite side. Hand comes to the outside of that knee. You can grab onto the outside of your thigh. If that's a lot, you can always take it to the inside of this leg, but make sure that you're pressing so you can kind of create that resistance. And then again, you can use your hand back behind you or down on the base of the chair, raising up through the chest. Big inhale. Exhale. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, slowly move yourself through center line. Hands can come to your knees. We're gonna do kind of these Kundalini style rollouts. You can keep your feet firmly planted on the floor. If you want to, you can always scoot back in your seat if you've got the ability to cross your legs, and you can do that as well. So leaning forward with the chest and using your knees in whatever space that you're in to roll the chest through, engage the low belly and pull yourself back. We go for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, and then go ahead and take yourself back that opposite way. We go for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. And you can let your body kind of move and sway in it as well, right? I think that sometimes we get really stiff and methodical about things, and that's fine, you know, but yoga in the broader sense of the term in conversation is about freedom, right? Freedom and liberation, and understanding that just as we say that you are not well until we are all well, you are not free until we are all free. So go ahead and kind of move and shift back and forth side to side. Let your shoulders kind of move you through, keeping your core engaged and finding a little bit of joy in your movement. So maybe you smile, and maybe you don't. Right? Yoga's about, again, freedom. So go ahead and slowly, whatever moves that you need to do. And then if your feet are crossed, go ahead and take yourself down, grounding down. Hands can come to your knees. We're gonna do a couple of shoulder rolls. So shoulders roll back, hands stay cemented on the top of the thighs. So the movement is just coming from your shoulders. We go for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, and then pull them forward, right? So for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. And my friend Simone from Ethiopia used to teach me this dance, right? Where you pull your shoulders up, and then one shoulder comes forward as the other shoulder drops back. Move, right? And then you can do it these opposite ways. So one shoulder pulls forward, one shoulder pulls back. We go for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. And then slowly, maybe do a couple more movements here. Go ahead and take that left hand across and left arm across the chest and press into the back part of the tricep. Reach with the fingertips and pull back through that shoulder. Big inhale. You can come around to even cup on to the outside of that right shoulder. Exhale, hold. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, slowly open back up. Release the hand. Same thing on that opposite side. Hand comes across the front part of the chest. Press into the back part of that tricep. Lengthen, nice deep inhale. Exhale, hold. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, maybe you come around to give yourself that full hug on that side. And then release, hand comes back and down. Arms come out to your sides. Identify your left arm from your right arm. Your left arm is gonna come around or over the top of your right arm. Come back and grab and hold here. Breathe into yourself. Exhale. One more time, big inhale. And then exhale. Open up. Opposite cross of the arm. So right arm comes or over left arm. Hold here, big inhale. Exhale. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, open up. We're gonna do that one more time on each side. Wow. Now, you can do the same thing, or if you have the ability, I love this chair, y'all. It gets me every time. So you think about, you're gonna pick up the leg. So pick up your left leg and it drapes over your right, if you can, right? You're trying to take your toes of that left foot and you're trying to tuck them back behind your ankle or calf. If that is not where the body is today, that is great, right? You're exactly where you need to be. So, but thinking about maybe trying to get there, you can always use a pillow too as kind of a prop here where you kind of drape it here and maybe it's here, right? So a couple of like options in terms of how we choose to open up and support our body in any posture. So here, left leg is over the top of the right leg. That means that the left arm is gonna come underneath the right arm. You can give yourself a big squeeze here, or you take your hands here and then you flip your palms so the backs of your hands are looking at each other. Bring them to both the center line and then you try to scissor your hands together. So your thumbs look back at your face and your pinkies look away from you. Big inhale here. So this is essentially just a seated eagle pose, okay? Exhale. One more time, big inhale. And exhale, slowly go ahead and release. You can go ahead and release that leg if it's there. If not, you can do the same thing on that opposite side, right? So you can pick that leg up. Always feel like you can use your hands to assist you. You don't just have to like swing the leg up and over, right? Be mindful of the body. Maybe it's here that you're at today. But again, point your toes in the direction that you want them to go because it will help you open up that right hip, okay? And then toes can hook back behind the ankle if that's where you're at. Same thing again, arms open wide. So we're taking that right arm underneath the left arm. So you can go ahead and think about giving yourself a nice big squeeze, or back sides of the hands are kind of looking to look at each other. You're kind of sitting in the crook of your elbows. And then you pull your hands together in the center line and your thumbs come towards your face and your pinkies face away from you. And then big inhale here. Exhale, hold. Think about trying to get your wrist straight in this one. Again, big inhale. Squeeze the inside of your thighs. Exhale. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, go ahead and slowly release. If your leg is here, you can release the foot. If it's there, you can always assist your foot to set it back down, right? So remember, you can always use a pillow on the front side of the knee and kind of help in that space too, right? Maybe the task is just putting, that looks so funny. So putting a pillow in between your thighs and squeezing that way so you can start to activate the outsides of the hips, okay? All right, inhale. Arms come up overhead. Hands pull down through heart line. Interlock your fingers and press the palms away from you. Big inhale. Arms come high. See if you can get the biceps by the ears and try to keep all of your fingers engaged. Nice deep inhale. So we're gonna go ahead and pulse out from our low belly. Kapalbhati breath. So you keep your low belly loose, right? But you're snapping in right beneath your belly button, trying to take it in towards your spine. So It's called like breath of fire or bellows breath. So think about like the bellows that I never used them, but the things I've seen them to like, you know, fuel the fire. That's where it comes from. Okay. Arms press away. Arms are up overhead. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, blow all that air out. And then pulse. Inhale up. Exhale. Hands come down to your sides. Same thing again, but we're going to take the opposite interlock of our hands this time. So inhale, arms come up high. Interlock your hands, or excuse me, take your hands down to heart center. Interlock that opposite way, so uncomfortable grip, right? Coming back to that space of discomfort. The easiest place to start is your hands. Press your palms away from you. Try to keep all of your fingers engaged. And then pull the arms up overhead. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. And then we pulse again. Inhale up. Exhale. Hands release. Go ahead and grab onto your strap. And, or I like, if you have an infinity scarf, they're the best for this, I find, as long as they're long enough, okay? So, I like to take it long enough so you can have a grip on the ends of the strap or the block, and your arms are gonna be out. We're gonna slowly lower this. So as much of a grip as you need to take in order to get your arms. So slow movements here, right? Because we're talking about rotator cuff stuff, and rotators in yoga, if there's an injury in yoga, it's usually a rotator cuff. So just be really mindful and cautious of that. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up, exhale down. We go for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Shorten your grip on your strap or your scarf, and then take the arms up overhead and put a bend in your elbows. So you're kind of creating a 90-degree angle. So it's kind of like the lat down, although you should never do lat downs behind your head in weightlifting because you can hit one of your vertebrae and that would be painful, okay? So inhale. Inhale up, exhale down. We go for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale up. Keep your arms extended here. Rock yourself over to your left-hand side, reaching through that right side body. Big inhale. There's a bend in this elbow. Exhale, hold. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, bring yourself back to center line. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Use the strap and the strength of the hands to pull you in. So you're trying to elongate here on the left side body, opening up through the rib cage. A lot of times, like sitting and being on phones and computers, or just life in general, right? We have the tendency to round in. It's also a defense mechanism because of the fact that we want to guard our hearts, right? Because the world can sometimes be a beast, right? So we remind ourselves of the innate goodness that's within us in order for us to open ourselves up to see more innate goodness in other people. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, slowly come back down. Go ahead and give your hands and your arms a nice little shake. Let's do a couple of like wrist rolls here. So hands like there's something to receive or something to give. Same motion for each. And we're gonna take the palms together and then just roll the hands out. So rolling them out and away from you and then back towards you. We go for 8, for 7, apply a little bit of pressure for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, and then go ahead and take it back that opposite way. We go for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. I asked a teacher of mine in a module that David Vendetti put together in his Liberation Yoga training. I said, what came first, dance or yoga? And he said, movement. So corrected. Okay, so you're gonna still take your strap, and we're gonna go ahead and take the strap around the front part of our foot, okay? Get comfortable here. So if you need, I like to prop myself on like some pillows for this one because it might be a little too high. You kind of want to get onto the front part of your hips, okay? So thinking about still being engaged in your hips, go ahead and kick, flex your toes, and walk the foot up. Now, one thing you want to be really mindful about as you extend through your leg is that you're not hyperextending the back part of your knee. So the best way to do that is to engage the top of your thigh. Flex your toes, big inhale here. Exhale, hold. And you don't have to come up really high with it, right? Slow movements here. So we're gonna hold it first. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, hold. You can create a little bit of movement in your hips here, maybe just moving the leg back and forth side to side. Also, you can always keep it low, right? But just creating some hips. It's like when you go to PT and they take your leg and they pull it out and away from you. You're trying to create that own sensation in your body. So in order to do that, again, engage the top of the thigh, flex the toes back towards the face, and press the leg away from you. Do a couple of circles here just to open up through your hip. For 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. And then go ahead and slowly move it back that opposite way. For 4, for 3. Try to have the movement come from the leg. Last 2, and 1. Go ahead and slowly release. Give yourself a moment. You can take the straps on either side of the foot and pull up. Nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, kick. Put a bend and place it down. Inhale up, kick it out, put a bend, place it down. We go for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Go ahead and place it back down, and then pull the leg up and kick it out. See if you can take the strap into that left hand, and if you can brace yourself on the back of the couch or the chair and let your legs swing open this way. It doesn't have to swing far, right? Again, you're just trying to get that movement in your hip, still engaging the front part of your quad. Big inhale. Exhale, flex the toes back towards your face a little bit more. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, go ahead and put a bend in that knee, swing it back to the center line, and release. Same thing on that opposite side. Swap out your feet. So same thing again, right? Engaging the top of the quad. I think a lot of times we think about engaging our hamstrings and our glutes, and we kind of forget about our quads, but also yoga is that balance between flexibility and strength. So as much as we like strengthen our quads as well, we don't stretch our quads very often. So that's another thing to keep in mind. And I will, next class, I'll show you how to stretch. I need to play around with that a little bit in terms of how to be able to stretch quads from a seated chair pose. I might have to take us onto the ground for that, but regardless, we'll figure it out. Okay. Flex the feet. Pull the leg up towards you. Engage your quad. Big inhale. Exhale, hold. 2 more. Big inhale. Engage the quad. 1 more time. Flex the foot. And exhale. Go ahead and do a couple of circles here. We go for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, and then back that opposite way for 4, for 3, for 2. Still trying to sit yourself up nice and tall. Maybe again you're using your hand to kind of brace you, and then that foot comes down. Either hand, both hands come to either side of the strap in the leg. Inhale, we lift up, kick it out. Bend and set it back down. Inhale, kick, exhale, down. We go for 4, for 3. Really engaging the upper part of that quad for 2, and 1. Go ahead and slowly lower. And then kick out into that leg and then open that leg up to the side. Again, you can brace yourself on the back of the chair, the couch. Big inhale. Exhale, hold. 1 more time, big inhale. Exhale, bring it back to center line. Drop that leg, release. Nice job, y'all. Okay. Now, if you're up on blocks or pillows, you can take them out from underneath you, or you don't have to, but you're going to use one of your pillows or a blanket. You're going to roll it up and you're going to put it right into your gut. Again, if you've got stuff going on where, let's say you just had a baby, you just had surgery on your stomach, you got anything going on, just be mindful of the pressure here. So we're going to come into a supported forward fold, where we're just gonna let ourselves slowly hang down and over the tops of our thighs, relaxing and releasing and elongating through our low back. So we're not folding into it. We're thinking about reaching with the crown of our head. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, hold. You have a nice soft gaze out at the floor about 4 feet in front of you. And think about slightly breathing into your belly so you can kind of massage out through your organs, right? We don't necessarily ever give ourselves kind of like a belly massage. So be kind to yourself in this space. Big inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Big inhale. And exhale. 1 more time, big inhale. And then exhale. Slowly, you can take your hands to both top of both knees, press yourself up. Nice supported press. All right. Take your knees wide as you can. It helps to come out onto the edge of your seat a little bit in this one. Hands come to the inside of your thighs, okay? You're gonna lean forward like we just did, but you created some space. You also are creating space through the top of your sacrum and the low part of your back. So again, you're elongating through the crown of your head here. Feet are grounded. Your knees are right over your ankles, right? If your feet are floating here at all, totally fine. Sometimes it might be good to get a couple of books and you could stack, right? So that can also be a thing too, where maybe your feet aren't touching the ground right now, right? So a couple of boxes, shoe boxes, or books can work here as well. So you can be here with your feet grounded on top of the blocks. Hands are here, nice deep inhale. Exhale, come forward, and then drop down through that left shoulder, right? Nice deep inhale. So essentially this is a seated goddess pose, okay? Knees are here. stuff like that, okay? Hands to the inside of the thighs, and then drop down through that opposite shoulder. Big inhale. Exhale, hold one more time, big inhale. Exhale, bring yourself back to center line. And then press into the inside of your thighs again, right? And slowly let yourself come down and over the tops of your thighs. If your seat lifts here, that's okay. But we're gonna think about letting our bellies and ourselves fall in between our legs. Hands can ground down. If you've got these books or blocks or pillows, you can use your blocks and stuff here for support, right? But trying to come down into this with a nice flat back and over the tops of the hips. The goal is to extend up and over your hips in this one, right? So you're creating space in your hips rather than creating a ton of pressure there, right? So, or it's the balance of the two, pressure and lift. Nice deep inhale. And then to come out of this one, if hands are down on the blocks, it's the same thing. Hand to the top of thigh, press yourself out. Knees come together. All right. Check in with your body here. Maybe shift back and forth side to side a little bit. Nice deep inhale. And then we're slowly, you can turn yourself to the edge of the chair, or if you're not in a chair, you can stay right where you're at. We're gonna come back into that side twist again. So you can use the chair here to turn and twist. Hand can come to the outside of that hip if you want to, or reach for it. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, hold. Turn and look out past that shoulder. One more time, big inhale. Exhale. Slowly release. Same thing on that opposite side. Turn, or keep yourself there. Hand comes to the outside of the knee. That opposite hand comes back and around. Maybe you can grab onto the inside of that hip, but thinking about keeping your belly and that low bandha engaged, pulling up and in, and looking back and behind. Exhale. Slowly release. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, interlock your fingers, bring them back behind the head. Tuck your chin down towards your chest. So big compression here of the thyroid. Try swallowing a couple of times. And then inhale. Rock the head back into the hands. Keep the elbows wide. Exhale. Chin to chest. Inhale. Lift the chest high. One more time. Exhale. Chin to chest. So I like to say in this one, it doesn't matter how many chins you have in this posture, or I like to say, the more chins I have, the more I win, right? So the biggest compression that you can get here, so you can really activate that thyroid. You'll start to feel it in your jawline, in your cheeks, and then slowly release. Open up through your jaw, maybe move it around a little bit, rock the head back into the hands, and then slowly release. Hands come down to the sides, inhale. Arm sweeps up to the side. You can cup onto that ear. You can use the chair underneath you to stretch out through the neck. You can also sit on your palm, whatever is most comfortable for you. But thinking about getting that stretch from the tip of the shoulder all the way up through the neck, into the jawline, and then into the side of the skull. Exhale, slowly release. Head comes back to center line. Same thing on that opposite side. Hand can come underneath. Arm swims up and over. And pull that ear towards the shoulder. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Slowly release. Head comes back to center. You can release your hand wherever it's at. Let's go ahead and do one hand exercise, and then I'll put us into a resting Shavasana and just do a little bit of meditation. So in this one, I like to back it up onto the chair and use the front part of the chair as a space to stretch, right? You can also use your hand, but there's a kind of like a distortion that kind of happens with the shoulder here. So just be mindful of it, okay? Left palm is up to the sky. Grab onto the pinky finger, press into the back of the hand. You flip and press. Pull on the finger all the way to the end and then release and work your way through it. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, flip and press. All the way to the end. 2 more or 3 more, y'all. Inhale, flip and press on this hand. Pull on the finger, pull on it, but like my friend David Venditti says, don't break it, right? All the way to the tip of the fingernail, index finger, flip and press. Pull it all the way to the end. Release. Same thing, thumb out and over, flip, press. Pull the thumb, maybe you even kind of like play around with just like the little like knuckle spaces that are on the thumb. You can apply a little bit of pressure there in the joint just to create a little bit of an extra stretch, right? They're your hands, you know what they feel like. Play around with them a little bit. Give it a shake. See if one hand's bigger than the other. It usually is, not the first time you do it, but every time after that. Palm face up to the sky with that right hand. Grab onto the pinky, flip, press. Pull all the way to the end, release. Ring finger, big inhale, flip, press, pull on the finger all the way to the end and then release. Middle finger, flip and press. Release. Index, flip and press. You wouldn't ever think that these little mini movements are so intense, but they are. And then last one, thumb, you pull it out to the side, press into the back of the hand, flip and press. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, release. Give your hands a nice little shake. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. All right, y'all. So go ahead, do whatever final movement you need to do. So if there's anything that was feeling good before, go ahead and be encouraged to do that. And then we're gonna go ahead and slowly come into our Shavasana. So into our Shavasana, you can recline and kick back if you want to. You can also come off the chair and come down onto the floor. Shavasana means corpse's pose. So the concept of laying on your back, legs out, toes flopped out to the side, arms down by your side, back of the head down. You tuck your chin in towards your chest ever so slightly, elongating through the crown of the head and thinking about your full spine being down and flat on the mat or on the floor. But you can also lay down in a bed. You can also lay down on the couch. Totally up to you. That's kind of the beauty of videos. I don't know what y'all are doing. My whole thing is keep yourself safe and be comfortable, okay? So come into this space of rest and relaxation. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. 2 more big breaths. Big inhale. And exhale. Check in with your body. Ask your body how it's doing, how it's feeling, what you can be doing more of throughout the day, what you can be doing less of throughout the day. Taking some time just to breathe. I feel like we can always use a little bit more breath. I said that last time, but I say it in a lot of my classes, that the translation of breath in Latin is spir, and spirit meaning, or spir meaning spirit. My counselor, who's of the Blackfeet tradition, has told me that when women of the Blackfeet tribe pray, they call themselves back to themselves. And so I always personally think about that when I come to my mat and I come back into a space of breath, is I'm collecting myself. I also think about it from a space of spirits and ancestors and calling people around you as a protective shield. So coming into that space of comfort and of rest, the space where you know you're protected, where you can be held in a space of love. So let's see what the universe would like us all to know today. Anyone that's listening in. Clarity, planning, and releasing illusion. The Ego Priestess heralds a time of productivity and clarity for you. This card is telling you to sharpen your focus on your own goals right now. You have the vision. Now make the plans and set them in motion. Think of how the eagle's lofty perspective allows it to see far off prey and adjust its actions, anticipating changes before they arise. Real plans, not just fantasies, are called for. So get clear about your goals and what it will take to achieve them. This newfound clarity requires you to release any present or past illusions you've been holding on to. These may be false assumptions about situations or people in your environment. So be honest with yourself about others' intentions and about your own plans and their potential outcomes. Illusions also sometimes encompass deeper aspects of yourself. Even if you think you no longer carry old hurts or misinformation, you may be subtly influenced by fears and limitations you've unwittingly accepted as truth. The ego calls you to look deeper within and reclaim your inner strength. As you do so, your true power becomes more clearly directed, and your creativity starts to take shape. The vibrant golden color surrounding the eagle signifies greater mental activity and brightness of the mind. Great value is coming to your life. Don't be surprised to find the time before you're opening up with new ideas, accuracy, inspiration, and even prosperity. It's time to get clear about who you are, what you want, and how you're going to get there. This card is telling you to plan, to prepare, and to prosper. Affirmation to take with you for the day and for this week. I release illusion and confusion. I think clearly, focus my plans, and let my life shine. Again, I release illusion and confusion. I think clearly, focus on my plans, and let my life shine. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Again, nice deep inhale. And exhale. You're more than welcome to stay on your back and stay breathing. Want to join me in a simple seat? You also can be invited to do that as well. Again, choice. twice. Hands come to heart center, or they can rest down on the knees. The divine light, the divine feminine, and the divine masculine in me sees, honors, and reflects the divine light, the divine feminine, and the divine masculine in the collective me, in all of us. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me this afternoon, and for trusting me with your bodies and hearts and your spirits and your souls. And to that I say, go in peace and serve love always. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great rest of the day. Peace and love.